Fast-paced intro, animated subtitles, zoom transitions, Mr. Beast ideas, that equals a viral video. That's what we've been doing for the past few years. But that formula has been used so much that people are getting tired of it. It's anti-editing's time to shine. Before I get into the video, my name is Reina. I'm a video editor in the B2B space, so if you're into any of that, make sure you hit subscribe. So before I even talk about what is anti-editing, I think I need to talk about what the editing landscape looks like today. I like to think of the B2B LinkedIn space as always a couple years behind what's actually cool. And that's not any shade to that space, it just takes longer for B2B to catch up to the current trends. Currently, what's popular online is something called retention editing. Retention editing was popularized by creators like Mr. Beast, but has been adopted by, I feel like, everyone at this point. It's the type of editing where something new happens like every 3 seconds. In a world where I can do this on my phone and just doom scroll until the end of time, retention editing is what keeps you watching videos. They have strong hooks, they pull you in, and then they never let you go until you finish the video. By all means, it's a great video editing technique if you're trying to capture attention, and especially if you're trying to do entertainment. Someone said to me earlier today that retention style editing is for entertainment. Meanwhile, the next editing trend I'm going to talk about is going to be more so for education and actually building connection with your audience. The reason I don't like retention editing is because it's one of those things that kind of pulls creatives out of that creative mindset. It's moving creators from making original art to everybody looking the same, and it's not my favorite thing to do. The amount of times I've seen the Mr. Beast graphics scrolling just on any social media platform really is insane to me, and I don't really understand why people don't try to make themselves stand out. I've gotten to the point where I don't even watch those videos because I can kind of guess what's gonna happen within that video. And I'm, at this point, seeking more meaningful content. I think that has to do a lot with humans right now, just us as a society, where we're craving connection. With COVID a few years ago and us being locked away, and then now everybody working from home, we're not interacting with each other as much as we typically would. And so we've been using a lot of video to try to connect with each other. Retention style editing doesn't always help us connect in the ways that we hope to connect. In order to have like a real impact on someone, you want to come off as authentic and real, and I'm okay if you see my mistakes, and I'd love to see your mistakes as well, because that's just part of being human. And so with all that, what is anti-editing? Let's get into it. Anti-editing is hopefully what I'm doing with this edit, where things are minimally done. It's not a new style of editing because this is the type of editing that was done when cameras were first made. When they would just start recording theater plays and like call that a day. That's pretty much what we're moving back towards. Not to that extreme, but you know what I'm talking about. In the world of anti-editing, you might be thinking, oh, so not a lot of editing now is happening. And I completely disagree with that. I think that anti-editing is the ability to make an edit look like it hasn't been edited too much, but you've added a little bit to elevate it beyond what it would have been sitting alone. Anti-editing is building a relationship with the person that's on camera. That person hopefully is charismatic, has a personality, and can help build trust with their audience. When we're talking about B2B marketing, that's huge. In B2B marketing, we're asking people to spend millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands, whatever that number is on a product, and you want to be able to trust the person that you're paying that money to. We also see in the B2B world people sending videos instead of cold emails. And that seemed to work. People feel connected through the videos. That's a similar idea here, where this is just the stuff that's going onto socials that's now gonna have this anti-editing look. And so with that, how would you even use anti-editing within your marketing tactics, or even if you just wanna build your audience on YouTube? Anti-editing is probably not going to be this crazy thing immediately. I think it's going to take a long time for people to adapt to it, but I think there's little ways that we can start to sprinkle it into some of our content. In my job right now, for our thought leadership pieces, like if my CEO wants to talk to a camera, that's fine. He can use his webcam. It doesn't need to be this crazy, super high quality video. That doesn't really bother me. But what I'm doing is I'm taking that video and elevating it through very minimal graphics and allowing him to hold his ground. If the person on camera can hold their ground rather than the editing style, that's a solid video. If a video relies on the editing style in order to be a good video, it's probably not great content. Really, anti-editing is about focusing on the content and the character of the person rather than just holding on to the edits. Because honestly, at this point, anybody can do those fast-paced edits. It's just gonna be a matter of time between everyone else is burnt out. Now, anti-editing is not just releasing iPhone videos and allowing them to just exist. It's not gonna be like that. It's really about taking high quality videos and just slowing them down a little bit and making them more focused. And for me, as a video editor, as a creator and all of that, I'm excited about anti-editing. I've been feeling a bit iffy about some of my content lately just because I don't like having to make everything look fast-paced and crazy. I kind of want my content to sit on its own and be powerful on its own. So what do you guys think of the anti-editing trend? Do you think you're gonna hop onto it? What does it look like for you? And do you have any good examples of it? Let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.